Engineering tales. What do engineers do? So, part of my work was to create project management offices, effective project management offices for industrial programs related to automation systems in maybe 200 global manufacturing facilities across the planet. What we did went out to suppliers and vendors and helped become standards. So, what is this project program, this management thing? You've heard of it before. Microsoft Office is probably the most common thing. Inside of that is Microsoft Project. It's one of the tools inside of the Office suite, Office Professional. You get a suite of tools that includes those. So that is a project management piece of software. Any kind of project. You could sit down using Microsoft Project and write out how to do a recipe. It could include ingredients. It could include pictures and links to the... So Project, really powerful tool, presentation tool for managing timelines on projects. The projects are weeks to years long. They require a methodology specific to whatever organization, corporation, type of business you're in. So in software, there is the capability maturity model, which is one of the biggest methodologies, project program type of toolbox out there, that a corporation, a large business, a large functioning body of knowledge kind of gets together and works in the same direction. It takes evangelists to sell some of these things. These projects are big. They go from $10,000 to hundreds of millions of dollars. And the bit players coming in and out of them over years is what they are. That's how you build an assembly plant. That's how you build a chemical facility worth tens, hundreds of millions of dollars, even approaching billions of dollars. Huge pieces of paper covering the process and what's expected to happen yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and the checks around that. So this is just a huge talk past project and program management. If you've ever studied these techniques, how these came to be, why they got developed, it's just a matter of human reality. We have to write down what we want to do tomorrow and go towards that goal. And if anybody dies in between, the corporation has insurance on you so they can replace you effectively and quickly. Millions of dollars worth on an individual just in case. Because until everything's written down, it's in people's minds. And how to get to the goal is still indeterminate, being managed and played and parlayed. So anyway, back there was a Jordan structured analysis technique. You'd have a hard time finding this now, but it was one of the fundamental tries at doing structured, large software program development. The fundamental idea was reuse of code, reuse of modules that a developer might make specific to his area. We're talking acres, canyons full of hardware and software, hundreds of computers working together across a nuclear fuel processing plant. Dozens of computers working across a plastic plant makes 1/3 of a precursor chemical for the planet's plastic supply. These are the little nuances that sit out there in the neighborhoods, usually poor neighborhoods, less well-to-do neighborhoods. Suburbia, good suburbia is not built near those, but other suburbia, affordable suburbia, begins to show up. Affordable suburbia begins to show up at the end of an airport runway, because it's not a great place to be, but it's affordable. So you make the choice. Disposable income, paycheck to paycheck choices. Project program management is what I was talking about. How you set goals and you get to those goals. It's effective institutions inside those goals. We relied on auditors, on accountants, on lawyers, on software developers, on standards developed for them. This is all a large interleaved thing. If the people don't know about them, you have to introduce it to them. So you have meetings, you have one-on-ones, you do software reviews to make sure they're following the standards inside of one tiny computer that's just a host and a part of thousands. So to make this easy, to chase after the ghosts in the system, to chase after the spirits, the frequencies, the crystals, doesn't help in some conversations. What can you say?